Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 2 of Crypto Sipto. I am your certified sommelier and crypto enthusiast host, Jeremy Cox, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about what's in front of me right now. Money. All of these green pieces of paper that we run around chasing all day long from 9 to 5 or from 5 to 10 if you're in the food serving industry. But I figured because it's going to get a little technical, I was going to don my steampunk helmet and get the lights all going. And before we start anything else, I should open up my liquid assets. This episode is unofficially brought to you by Bitcoin Energy Drink. Okay, so let's take this off. This isn't, I told my wife, or actually my wife told me, she's like, you're not gonna wear that in an episode. But I bought it specifically for this because, you know, cryptocurrency and the blockchain, it's all like super techie, and this is a pretty techie helmet. So anyway, all right, money. There's all these different dates that are running around as far as the history and the evolution of currency. Believe it or not, these dollar bills haven't been around for very long in the grand scheme of things. It all started with barter, and that goes back to that 9,000 to 6,000 BC, when people were basically exchanging services for goods or goods for goods, but there was no actual exchange of anything like of stored value, right? So then from 9,000 to 6,000, we moved into livestock, right? So there was livestock, your cow was basically your currency. And then 3,000 years later, then we get into grain, and grain is used in the 3000 BC. Now we're back in like BC time, right? Then they're using shells in 1200 BC. Crude metal coins didn't appear until 1000 BC. Those were used for about 300 years before they converted to gold and silver coins. And then leather was used in 118 BC, which, so we're talking another 580 years before we get into another form of currency. Then paper money doesn't happen until 806. So we have 900 years before we get to paper currency. And then I found it funny that there was a wampum that was used in 1535. If you don't know what a wampum is, I didn't either, but it's a string of beads that are made from clamshells, like white clamshells that are strung along it, and I guess that would signify how much money you had. And then gold. Gold comes around 1816 as a standard, the gold standard in England, right? So then the dollar comes in about 100 years later in 1916, and it's backed by gold, right? And then after that, 1920s. So we got about 7 years. Charge cards start popping up. So I've got a lot of gas right now. I'm sorry, it's a little gassy. 1920, charge cards pop up, and the charge cards are used for like department stores and for shopping. And then it takes another 30 years for us to get to credit cards. But if you notice, time frames are starting to shorten here. This was only 30 years to get to credit cards, 21 years then now the dollar bill goes off of the gold standard, right? Then we move to 1994, and that's when online shopping pops up and you can actually buy stuff off your computer. Then we get into mobile payment systems in 1997, and then mobile commerce hit $670 billion in 2015. Now we're into this cryptocurrency land that started in 2009. 2009 was the creation of Bitcoin. So this is the 10-year anniversary. We're at 10 years. It's still, I feel like we're probably at least 5 to 10 years away from mass adoption. Hopefully sooner, but we'll see, because we have just under 365 days. I was going to count it out, but I forgot to count out till the roaring 20s. And a lot of stuff happened in between 1920 and 1930. So I can only imagine what we're going to see in 2020 to 2030. There are stories of 7-Elevens in China that will not take paper currency any longer. They're like, if you don't have something off of your mobile phone to be able to make a payment with, we can't accept it. And there's a lot of different reasons for it, you know. One of the simplest is that the speed of the transactions when you're dealing with no change, no like anything else except for possibly scanning a QR code or just like the equivalent of Venmoing the money to the 7-Eleven cashier. Think of how much faster that makes everything. I have a quick little thing that I actually got this Rock'em Sock'em robot at this place called 320 Main. They had a tiki throwdown, right? So it was all night long. We were like judging all these different bartenders. And they did something fascinating that it took me a second to realize. You had to buy drink tickets. And so each drink ticket, I think, was $10. And so what you do is you go to the bartender and give him your drink ticket, and then he would make the drink for you. What did that do? That cut out all of the time that it would have taken the bartender to actually go and take the money and get the change, and here's your change, and here's my tip, thank you very much. It was just make the drink, make the drink, make the drink. These ways that you simplify the currency transaction. And that's one of the things that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are gonna do. That's pretty much what I have. Now I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what I've been doing. Last night, I went to a meetup, my first meetup ever, and it was called Blockchain Plus in Long Beach. I highly recommend, if you're in the LA area or OC, to look them up because they have a monthly meetup on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. And there was about 20 of us in there that were all talking about digital wallets and the advantages and the disadvantages. And one of the companies that was there, Edge, had a really nice presentation. In order to be a part of the cryptocurrency world, you have to have a digital wallet. And the next episode, before we get into the pairings, there might be one or two more pre-production episodes. I am going to talk a little bit about how to get yourself set up, but none of this again is financial advice or trading advice or drinking advice. Although this is pretty good stuff. Bitcoin energy drink. It's just information. It's getting the word out on the street and through YouTube that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are here and they're coming to you very soon. But getting back to that meetup, everybody that was there had something to say about crypto. They were either, I met a fellow YouTuber, I met the controller and the CEO of Edge. There was another one, Crypto Von Brecky, who sells awesome like art and merchandise that's all cryptocurrency related. He had this awesome wallet that I'm going to be buying that says Dirty Fiat on it. It comes in all these different colors because the stuff is dirty, man. Have you ever heard like what's on these if you did like a little bacteria test? Woo! Anyway, but it was really amazing to be in a room full of people that were so enthusiastic about the future of crypto. And I'm going to be there next month. And so if you'd like, please leave a comment. And also like my channel, please subscribe. And let me know if you're interested, and I can give you all the information, but you can look them up, Blockchain Plus, either on Facebook, Instagram. I think they're on, I'm sure they're on Twitter. I'm also, by the way, on Instagram and Twitter. I haven't gone and made a Facebook page yet, but that's the last thing I'm going to tell you real quick. That I got my blog set up and I got my website set up, cryptosipto.com. Go there and you're going to see nothing, but soon you're going to be seeing blog posts that, again, are eventually going to turn into the book, Crypto Sipto, where each chapter is going to be a different wine paired with a different cryptocurrency. And then I'm going to sell 1 million of those books and I'm going to make $20 million. I'm going to go buy a winery and I'm going to save dogs and cats. By the way, that's a picture of Tofu. I'll introduce you to Tofu. He's sitting over there right now on the couch, cleaning himself. Tofu, kitty, kitty. You're so cute. Such a cute kitty. And that's about all I have for you today. But I really appreciate you tuning in and listening to me rant about the world of crypto. And there was no wine today, but that's because it's Friday. And when my wife comes home on Fridays, I like to be sober. And that way we can have a really nice night, drink together and let it take a load off, you know. I'm probably going to have a little bit of wine before she gets home. But yeah. Please, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will definitely respond to them, and I thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. All right, so basically I'm sitting in front of a pile of money, and I think I lost a dollar bill here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, maybe it's this. Where's, what? It just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. It keeps coming out. Oh, there's the end of it. I make money rolls because, you know, you can't play with your money. What can you do? Don't play with your money. Don't play with food. Don't play with money. I play with money though. I brought out some coins to show you, but it's kind of getting past the time. These fun, I think this is a euro. I'm pretty sure it's a euro. Maybe not. It's no, Mexico. Something from Mexico. And then these big old coins that are dollar coins from here that you can use to buy stuff. And I think I have the coin that I really wanted to show, but I don't think it's in here. I have a really old coin that I was like all excited about, so I was like, this is probably worth money, and it's worth like 50 cents. But no, it's not in here. But I do have the last thing. If you'd like to use the restroom, I have this this token for the restroom at some place. Alamitos Avenue in Long Beach. So, oh no, this is a wash token. I can go get my car washed. My week pretty much starts tomorrow. I'm off today, and that's why these videos come at you on either Thursday or Friday every week. So, cheers to you. Happy Bitcoining and cryptocurrencying and all the other stuff. And my last piece of advice, don't spend too much time chasing these green pieces of paper, because money doesn't buy happiness. Happiness is a virtue, and you can choose to be happy or not. And that's just how it is. All right, everybody, let's see if I can rock 'em sock. Oh, and one last thing, we're also going to check the market. We are currently trading at 35.27. Wait, I got to refresh. 35.84.30, and it's been just a sideways day. All of the currencies are pretty much just moving sideways. Not much action today, but the government shutdown ended today. That's pretty good news, right? So back to work, everybody.